Hi everyone, my name is Danya Mohammed, and today we're going to be presenting you with our research that we did with Dr. Small. I have with me Tom, Wyatt, Emma, and James, and we're going to be talking to you about the diversity, structure, and ecological benefits of tree species on our campus.
Hi, I'm James. So the trees on our campus offer several benefits to our lives. Some ecological benefits include the production of much needed oxygen and the sequestration of harmful climate change inducing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Trees also provide food and shelter to a number of different species of wildlife that live on our campus. In addition to these, campus trees offer stormwater control, preventing flooding by soaking up excess water. Campus trees also offer a variety of economical benefits. Several of our campus trees are state or national champion trees, which may attract visitors to our campus to view them. Fruits and nuts from trees can also present an economic benefit. Also, having more trees on campus can actually reduce the energy consumption needed to heat and cool buildings. Finally, campus trees offer several aesthetic and intrinsic benefits. Most trees on campus are aesthetically very pleasing to view, and they bring pleasure to the people around them. Trees also have intrinsic value as living organisms, meaning they should remain where they are for their own sake.
Hi, I'm Emma. This project was created by Dr. John G. Kell, a biology professor here at Radford. And the project was created with the goal to increase knowledge and interest in the rich tree diversity on Radford University's 200-acre campus in southern Appalachia. Radford University is home to 80 species and more than 1,000 individual trees, including flowering trees and coniferous trees. This project has contributions made by Radford University biology classes, professors like Dr. Small, and Radford biology research students. Since the creation of the project, 292 trees on campus have been measured, and measurements are continued to be taken. In 2018, the Register of American Forest Champion Trees recognized and awarded a white basswood located near Jefferson Hall at the north end as the largest tree in the country. Champion trees are awarded based on height, trunk size, and leaf canopy spread. This white basswood on Radford University's campus is 90 feet tall, 15.5 inches in circumference, and has an average crown speed of 81 feet. And this means that this champion tree has a total of 296 points, which actually exceeds the previous champion by more than 30 points.
Hi, I'm Tom, and I'm going to talk about the study site. So our study site was the Radford University main campus, which is an urban tree environment. And so this study site covers 0.32 square miles and contains about 34 buildings on campus. The basic topographic characteristics of this campus include the trees proximity to each other, the open grass fields, and the concrete for buildings and sidewalks.
I'm going to be talking to y'all about the methods. So we went out and measured our trees using the DBH tape, which is diameter of at breast height. And basically we're just measuring all live stems of trees that are greater than 2.5 centimeters. And the DBH refers to the tree diameter measured at 4.5 feet above the ground. The DBH tape displays the diameter measurement when wrapped around the circumference of the tree, like shown in this picture here. And the tape must be right at the 0 line, level perpendicular to the tree trunk, not tilted. So if the tree is on a slope, we're supposed to stand to the sides, not up or down from the tree.
After our team was able to go through our data analysis, we were able to come up with a few graphs that can briefly show our diversity and structure of our tree community on campus. And so our first graph looks at the sum count for the total number of individuals per family common name. And so our campus is dominated by the families of the cypress, maple, rose, and beech trees. And so the cypress, they usually contain junipers or cedars and cypresses. Maples are pretty well known. There are maple trees. The rose family is typically a very diverse family with mostly flowering trees and shrubs. And then our beeches contain our oaks and then all the beech trees. And so this gives a good estimate of how diverse our campus community, our campus tree communities are, with just how many families are present on our campus. And additionally, this is a pie chart which shows the sum trunk DBH versus the tree species and their common name. And so this gives us a rough estimate of total biomass of the tree species on our campus. And so as you can see, our campus is pretty dominated by willow oaks, white oaks, and sugar maples. And this is pretty common on the East Coast because willow oaks, white oaks, and sugar maples are fairly common here, and they look very pretty. And so they're pretty common. And as you can tell, we have tons of species here, and with relative good size of at least 1 or 2% per tree. So we have a good amount of trees on campus.
Here are just some pictures of trees that we took on campus.
And so these showcase, the one on the left is a sugar maple, which is right next to Muse. And then additionally next to Muse, this is a willow oak. And so these are our most dominant species by biomass. And then on the next slide, on the left is a crab apple, which is in front of Tyler Hall, which is adjacent to Muse Hall. And then on the back side of Muse Hall, these are our Leland cypresses. And so these are some of our most common trees by biomass, relative biomass, sorry, on our campus with some pictures. And so this graph, although it looks like a lot of color, it's basically the sum count or the sum of individual trees per building separated by family common name. And so this gives us a good look at the diversity of our trees per our building. And so as you can see, there's only one building on our campus that is really dominated by one tree, and that is Waldron, and dominated by the cypress trees. But every other building has roughly 3 to 4 trees that are co-dominant of each other, as you can see with the sum count. With Muse, they're dominated by cypresses and beeches. And so it just gives a good rough estimate of all our buildings having a good tree community around them. And then additionally, this is our mean trunk DBH, or the average trunk DBH relative to our building. And so this graph goes to show you the relative size of our trees around each building. And a cool thing to look at this graph is, as you can see on the far right side, the Recreation and Wellness Center, Kyle Hall, and Chubbs are pretty much our most relatively new buildings on campus. And so as you can see, they have the smallest mean trunk DBH. And so this can be a cause of actually building the buildings. And so they have to kind of clear out an area and replant new trees from nurseries or seedlings. And so they definitely will have the smaller trunk DBH on average because they're the newest buildings and had to be built around. And as you can see, our largest tree mean trunk DBH per building is Martin, McGuffey, Stewart, and Witt, and Muse. And these are some of our older buildings who haven't really been built around. So they these trees have been able to grow for the last 50, 60 years or more and be able to get as big as they are with their average trunk DBH.
So for this graph, this is showing the mean trunk DBH by native region in relation to angiosperms and gymnosperms, as shown as blue and red. So overall, gymnosperms native to Asia have like the largest overall mean DBH, such as the Korean dogwood and the Japanese Zelkova, while angiosperms native to the U.S. Midwest have the largest mean DBH, such as the American basswood and the Osage orange.
So we calculated some benefits for some of our biggest trees on campus using this software called iTree. These benefits include CO2 sequestered, storm runoff avoided, air pollution removed each year, energy usage per year, avoided energy emissions, and CO2 stored to date. The white basswood, which is the big tree by Jefferson, provides us with some of the greatest benefits on our campus. One significant benefit to note is the amount of carbon stored to date, which is $1,410 for each of these trees. And you can see that below right here.
So in the end, we found that the most common families of trees on our campus are cypresses, maples, roses, and beeches. Species-wise, our campus is dominated by willow oak, white oak, and sugar maple. If we look at the different buildings on campus, we find that all of our buildings are home to diverse community of trees, with the exception of Waldron Hall, which is mainly home to trees in the cypress family. One of the biggest ecological benefits our trees offer is the storing of carbon dioxide. Our two biggest trees, the Osage orange and the white basswood, have each stored $1,410 of carbon dioxide to date. To study more of these benefits, the ongoing Radford University Tree Project, conducted by many faculty and students, will continue measuring and monitoring our beautiful trees with the goal of increasing knowledge and interest in the rich tree diversity on Radford University's campus.